family, welcome back. I know you guys are familiar, or most of you at least, with the proofs of the Red Sea crossing that happened and is mentioned in the Bible. The chariot wheels, the horse hoofs, the coral-encrusted human bones, all of these things, the artifacts that are there at the bottom of the Red Sea, just like they should be, and at the age they should be as well. And these things impressed me several years ago. They still do. These are things that just paint a picture of how dumb mankind can be, but history repeats itself. We are all what feels like being called out of Egypt again, and there is a battle that's going to take place again, and many will perish like sheep to the slaughter. But I came across some evidence of this that goes in addition with what you've already seen, and it has to do with something that reminds me of this film of the Ten Commandments that my dad had us watch when we were little. We sat through it, and it seemed like that movie lasted for days, but I was glued to the screen. And one scene in particular that was really impressive was the flame that they added in. This was before computer animations. This is a really old film. And this pillar of fire is, of course, mentioned in the Bible. I'll leave some scriptures in the description so you can see what I'm talking about. But this pillar of fire was something that I didn't realize we had proof of. The artifacts are one thing, but I found this video, and it's kind of gone viral. It has over 1 million views, almost 1.5 million, of where this pillar of fire touched the ground. And if you're familiar with what happens when sand is superheated, it becomes like glass. Well, you have exactly that right here on the shoreline of the Red Sea where the crossing happened. And it looks like some sort of magma that's hardened out, but this is melted sand. And when he elevates the camera and moves it around, you're going to see some really fascinating scenery. Let's skip forward a little bit right here. Check this out. This looks like wet sand at first. Look at this rock fused into this, looks like melted sand right here. And you can even see here, this looks like gravel, but it's packed tight, solid together, one piece like concrete, like it's been paved. And it has not been paved. And this looks like a little puddle of water. It's not. This is solid like glass. It's a smooth sheet of glass, pretty much. It's not ice. And there's a stone right here that's been fused into this back when this happened. Amazing. I would love to go to this place. And here's this guy just chipping away at this historic piece of ground. I would just feel so bad doing that because this stuff's been frozen in time for centuries. But you can see, I mean, this thing here, the grains of sand. If I can see if I can find a good angle. So right here, these grains of sands and stones just like melted together thousands of years ago. This is definitely not a natural formation, not something you see in these parts or any parts, because it took some power, some heat, like a giant welding torch. I mean, that pillar of fire scared the Egyptians to where they were finally wising up and ready to turn away, but it was too late. The waters collapsed around them, and that's why we have the artifacts today. The water probably felt pretty good considering how hot that flame was. To do what it did, they had so many warnings, and yet the Egyptians were so foolish. It boggles me to think that that happened, and that it seems to be happening yet again with all of us being set free from our slavery and the blinding lies of this world. But there are those who are asleep, and it's time to wake them up, show them the proof that we have, but pray for them, continue praying for them, don't make fun of them, be kind, be patient, and those who are meant to wake up will wake up. Those who aren't, they just are not going to wake up. The Father knows who his elect are and those who love him. And so seek truth. This is one of those things where you really don't have to seek that hard. Someone has actually captured this proof, and here it is. I'm sure there's some really cool things you could probably see with this, maybe even like ancient footprints or something where some really dumb Pharaoh, his people tried to run through this hot magma stuff here when it was hot and melted and seas were about to collapse. This is definitely one of the most awesome finds I've seen in a while outside of the firmament. This is one of those that just shows you the hands of the Father at work, similar to that. So find the grace and mercy that we don't deserve, and it will set you free. I know I'm warning you guys that you need to be careful. He is real. He does hear you. He does love you. And when you seek him, you will find a loving Father who is trying to set his people free, and the world is after his children.
Yeah, well, what you're not explaining is that his children are Israelites. Nobody walked through or ran through, jogged through the splitting of the Red Sea by the great and awesome majesty, power, and might of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, but Israelites. Romans 9, verse 4. To whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the services of Yahweh, and the promises. The verse up from that, Paul says, I wish that I were accursed for my brethren, my kindred, according to the flesh. Okay? Remember, like it says in Philippians chapter 3, Paul said himself, Paul the Apostle, said that he is a Israelite of Israelites, of the stock of Israel, from the tribe of Benjamin. Benjamin today are West Indians. You call Jamaicans, right? From the island of St. Thomas, St. Croix type deal. That's the bloodline of the Benjamites over there, right? That's their bloodline, kindred, man. Okay, hold on. Since y'all, I'm gonna have to extend this video a bit. Let's go into the see if I can go into hold on. Let's get it. Let's go get it. Where am I at? Man, where? Romans 9, verse 3. Okay, let's get it. Now, hold on. I wish for that myself I were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen. Okay, let's go into kinsmen. Let's find out what. Okay, let's go back into kinsmen. Go back to where I was. I'm gonna close that out. Okay, let's go back. I pushed the wrong button. That's fine. Okay, kinsmen. Come on.
Strong's G 4773. Sungenes.
Okay, let's go into kinsmen. Suganes, adjective, right? Of the same kin, akin to, related by blood. This is a family affair, because the only people that came through the Red Sea were Israelites. Now, those strangers that dwelt amongst the Israelites were also captives and slaves. You don't hear about any of them being Edomites, the so-called white man, the devil the Bible speaks of. Oh no, you don't hear about that shit. But you hear strangers, right? Now, these strangers were Israelites that had been scattered to the different nations in which the Egyptians, at that time being the world superpower, had enslaved and forced them into captivity as well. Just like they did to the Israelites and other nations of people. Okay, taking how Romans did back then, took over, different countries, having constantly at war, taking over different countries, different continents filled with people, calling themselves after those people, after their own names, like it says in Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and that their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, right? And when they call those people after their own names and took their name upon themselves, they put the people in captivity, okay, as slaves of the same kin, akin to, related by blood, in a wider sense, of the same nation, a fellow countryman, kinsfolk, cousin, kinsman, a relative, by extension, a fellow countryman, sunganes, right? Kinsman, kinsfolk. Let me see if I can go into kinsfolk. That's all good. But like I said before, Romans 9:3, I wish I could for myself that were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the services of Yahweh, and the promises. After we came out of the Red Sea, Moses took us to Mount Sinai, where the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High was written on stone. Given to who? The giving of the law. Given to Israelites. Okay. Do I have to, does that make sense? Can I do that? Right? Who are Israelites? It was given to Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption. Okay, the adoption. Okay. And the glory and the covenants. The covenants, what covenants? Oh, shit. Well, I better go over here to Jeremiah. Right? Let's get, where's he at? Jeremiah chapter 31. Okay. Verse 31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel. The new covenant has not yet been established. We are still under the old covenant. When the new covenant is established, we shall receive new bodies from the Lord, and the law, statutes, and commandments will be in our inward parts. Okay? That means when we eat, sleep, and shit, it will be by the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. It won't, if we decided to walk across the street, it will be about the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. It won't, that gave us the unction to go across the street. Okay? It's not going to be, we're under the new covenant, we can do whatever the fuck we want to do. It doesn't work like that. Okay? The new covenant was created and set up by the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, in his abundant and gracious mercy, by sending his son as a propitiation to cover the elect of the house of Israel in these last days for their sins, that they might be saved. The hidden ones, as it is written in Psalms 83 and 3, okay, the hidden ones here in these last days, those that of us that are still asleep, still not aware that we are Israelites of the Holy Bible. We are God's chosen people. These are the reason why the prophets that are standing on street corners, raging as wild bulls in a net with fury and rebuke of the Lord, like it tells you in Isaiah chapter 51, verse 20. That's what they're out there for. Okay? Giving you the full fury and rebuke of the Lord by word of mouth. Okay? Like it tells you, Jeremiah chapter 5 and 16. Okay? But anyway, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Now remember, the house of Israel and Judah was one nation of Israelites under King Solomon. After King Solomon's death, the kingdom was split. Rehoboam took the house of Judah into the captivity of the Babylonians under King Nebuchadnezzar. Okay? The house of Israel was taken into captivity under the Assyrian captivity under King Sennacherib, right? Under Jeroboam. Okay? So we've been split into two separate entities ever since, right? Manasseh, Ephraim, and Judah. We've been split completely, okay? These Edomite devils have turned us against each other, okay? Very cleverly, I might add. But the Most High is waking up a select few. You people don't seem to understand that the Most High God in heaven, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, only deals with a few people. He does not deal with everybody. All nations cannot be saved. Bullshit. The people that can be saved are here. Jeremiah 31:31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Does it entail the whole world and all nations can be saved? Bullshit? No. Okay. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers, right? In the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord, right? Now the man just said that there's proof that we came out of Egypt through the Red Sea. Okay? But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, meaning your law of your mind. First you think it, right? Then you do it. Understand? And will be their power, and they, who? The house of Judah and the house of Israel, shall be my people. Okay, verse 34, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor. Who are the neighbors? Okay, who are the neighbors of the Israelites? Like, because it says Esau, Edom. Hold on, I got to get that one. You know I got to get that one. Hold on. Where are you going? Damn. Oh, where are you going, man? No. What? Get the fuck, man. See, don't know what's going on with that. Okay, just decided I'm gonna do whatever. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Okay, Salakia. I'm trying to find it. I'm gonna find it. Hold on, let me see if I can switch it sideways. There we go. Wider. I think that's it. Is that it? Oh, that's the letter J invented. Okay, I'm gonna find it. Okay. Okay, that's about Ham after the flood. Hold on, let me see if I can find. I'm trying to find the one biblical passage about Edom, if I can find it. I know it's, there it is. Boom. Who are the neighbors? Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. See notably Isaiah 34, verse 5 and 6, and Isaiah 63, verse 1. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from Yahweh. Ooh. Oh, the descendants of Esau. Ooh. Oh, yeah. You're finished. Okay. You ain't finna get away with nothing, you devilish animal. Okay. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 34, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for they shall all know me. Who? Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the services of Yahweh and the promises of salvation. Right? For they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord, for I will forgive their iniquity. Not the iniquity of the whole goddamn world, okay? And I will remember their sin, because the only people that can sin against the Most High God in heaven, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the only people that can sin are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, the glory, the covenants, the giving of the law, and the services of Yahweh and the promises. Understand, the giving of the law was given to Israelites. No one else. Not the Edomites, not the Hamites, not the Moabites, not the Ishmaelites, not the Ammonites, not the Philistines, not the Egyptians, not the Hagarenes, not the Edomites, okay? The giving of the law was given to Israelites, thereby the law being violated by the Israelites, because the law is perfect. The law is perfect, but the violation was done by the Israelites. They are the ones that have to pay the price, which our iniquity is fulfilled. Our iniquity as at an end. Like it tells you in Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Our iniquity is at an end. It's over. It's time for us to receive the adoption and the glory and the covenants. The covenants of the promise of immortality in the kingdom of heaven on earth as it is in heaven. Remember the Lord's Prayer? Luke chapter 5, remember? Okay, hold on. And I will remember their sin no more. What is sin? First John, okay, hold on. You know, they just keep popping in my head, man. It's just taking off on me. Okay. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. For sin is transgression of the law. And ye know that he, being Yahushua HaMashiach, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, was manifested to take away our sins. And in him is no sin. Whosoever abideth in him of the Israelites sinneth not. Whosoever sinneth hath not seen him, nor neither known him. Okay? So there are sinners of the Israelites, 2/3 of our people that are going to be cut off and die on this side because they won't repent. They ain't going to do it, man. Okay? And so the promises of eternal salvation come to Israelites because they're the only people that came through the Red Sea at Egypt under Mount Sinai that was given the promises, the glory, the covenants, the giving of the law, the services of Yahweh. Was not Moses his servant? Was not Aaron his high priest? The services of Yahweh and the promises of eternal salvation. Okay. You guys, man, you need to goddamn get it right, man. You just think everybody, all of you Edomites are just going to walk into my salvation? No. My salvation and my reparations is to see your ass in chains, devil. Okay? I'm not being mean about it. I'm just being real about it. Okay? Let's get that. Psalms. No, let's get it. Where get it? Psalms 149. Where you at? Boom. Verse 6. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth. Whose mouth? The Israelites. The mouth of the Israelites. The elect of the house of Israel. The elect 1/3, like it tells you in Zechariah chapter 13, verse 9. Okay? And a two-edged sword in their hand. How can the praise of God be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand? It's a two-edged sword, like it tells you in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 12. Man, let's get this, put this stuff together for you, man, because these people evidently are dumb as a goddamn bag of hammers. So let's go get it. Where was I at? Hebrews, wasn't it? Chapter 4, verse 12. Let's get it. Where am I at? For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. Get it now? Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Okay? That's where it comes from. Okay? Now, where were we at? We were back over here. Okay? So, but anyway, that's the end of the video. It took too long, clearly. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, HaMashiach. Shalom.